Hi Libra, welcome back. So Libra, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be connecting with. Keep in mind my readings are general, so they can be interchangeable. Feel free to flip the roles as needed. Also, my readings are timeless, so I trust that when it finds you, it is for you. Libra, when I was meditating on your energy, I had, a song crystal clear come through, and it was The End of the Road, which I think is Boys to Men. Although we've come to the end of the road. That's a good song. So that song might be significant for you. Check out that song. And then, interestingly, I got an image of light fractals that turned into what looked like to me the northern lights, with the green like streaking through the sky. So I don't know if that's something you're interested in seeing, or maybe you have experienced, or what significance that has. But the northern lights, that's what I got. So Libra, let's get into it and see what we have going on for you during this time period, okay? As I was talking, your energy came out. This is the overall shared energy between you and the person you're connecting with, and I got 2 additional cards here. So this is Aries energy. Some of you may be connecting with that or have that in your own birth chart. Either way, it's just the influencing vibes. So this is a very daring, very self-starting, very action-oriented energy, very assertive. You may find yourself a bit more fiery maybe than usual during this time period. You're on a mission, Libra. Okay, so it's like wanting to go 100 miles an hour as fast as you can for the thrill of it, because I got for the thrill. Some of you are here for the thrill of life. We're all here for the thrill of life, so it's just kind of getting back in tune with that, I feel. On the other side of this energy, it can be a bit impulsive, argumentative even, competitive, so those are things you want to watch out for during this time period, okay? And then on the other side here, you got 2 additional messages about perception and empowerment, and those 2 things coincide in similar ways, right? Because our perception of ourselves has a lot to do with how empowered or how disempowered we feel. And so kind of taking a look at that, some self-reflection going on when it pertains to how you feel about yourself and what is your perception of you, and how does that correlate with those around you. I feel this very much driven energy towards empowering yourself, especially if you've been taking the back seat, because I feel like if you have been putting yourself in the back seat or allowing someone to put you on the back burner, this is the end of the road, okay? So that's what I feel like that song is in reference to for a lot of you. So, Libra, it's a kickstart, right? Now we're going to go into your overall energy for this time period for my Libras. What is Libra's overall energy? You have the 10 of Pentacles here. So this is about your foundational self. Also, it talks about finances and feeling more comfortable with your finances, or paying attention to that arena of your life, okay? Some of you may be getting or receiving financial support, and or wanting more support when it comes to balancing your finances a little bit better, okay? So I feel like that may also be a point of focus during this time frame as well, Libra, for you and or the person you're connecting with. So person you're connecting with has the Fool. This is more Aries energy for some of you, but this is, check this picture out. I don't know if you can see it. It might be a little bit blurry because the sun that's coming in. But that's the end of the road. This guy's getting ready to walk off a cliff right here. All right, guy, girl, whatever. So I feel like this person is not heeding some warnings, and I feel like, because I heard waving the red flag, but I actually see a white flag. So it might be that this person is surrendering or needing to surrender some things that are keeping them from having some sort of new beginning, but I feel like it's come to the end of the road, right? So I feel like there is completion or a cycle wrapping up for this person, and they may not even realize that, you know, this is the end of a chapter for them. They may be unknowingly walking into something that they're not quite ready for, all right? And I don't mean that in like a scary, you know, this is it forever and ever. I mean, like, this person is, I just keep hearing walking into something. It's kind of like, the feeling I'm getting is like when you walk into a room and you feel the energy is off, or it was like you walk into a situation but you didn't expect that, you know, like that type of energy. You know, there might be some surprises waiting around the corner for this person, and honestly, I can't tell if it's good or bad. So we'll dig a little bit deeper, Libra, and see what's going on. So let's go into recent past energy, Libra, what led up to this. Then we're going to go into perception. And then we're going to go into the emotional space to see how you genuinely feel, hopes, and most likely future outcome. So, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. So I feel like, yeah, finances is showing up again. So that's a side note for some of you that, you know, feeling like you don't have enough, or that you need to save up, or, you know, investments might be important, you know, paying attention to that during this time frame. Okay, side note. But in the past energy, Libra, it's this sense of feeling like alone, you know, and even though you're surrounded by, I feel, other people, or maybe even in a relationship for some of you, it's still the sense of like not feeling that you're on the same page, or, you know, and I don't feel like that's all the time, because there's this other piece of you that feels emotionally expressive, right? But I feel like it was kind of a back and forth, Libra, of feeling a bit alone in the energy, and then things coming together, and then things falling apart again. So I feel like some back and forth energy here in the recent past. I think that there's been a heavy focus on getting more comfortable with the relationships in your life. And I'm not talking about intimate, I'm talking about platonic friendship type of energy here, and having more support or wanting that in your life, okay? Like someone that can understand you, that you can complain to at the end of the day, you know, like that type of energy. Emotionally, it's like, you know, wanting to be more free to express yourself, but then sometimes feeling, you know, that it's not being understood, you know, or it's like not feeling comfortable to share maybe the darker emotions. It's like always wanting to keep it light, but there is some other things going on. So I feel like that's why the friendship or kinship is really important during this time frame, or has been important, I should say, leading up to this, as this is the past energy. But I just feel like you needing the space to where you feel that you can express all sides of yourself, both the balanced and the radical, you know? So let's see. This person's recent past energy, person Libra's connecting to, what's their recent past energy? Ooh. King of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Dang, their cards are flying out. Five of Cups, wow. So this person is, you know, has been in this energy of being a bit to themselves when it comes to their emotional space, I feel. Because they're trying to, you know, keep themselves comfortable. You know, they might be very interested in surrounding themselves with comfortable surroundings, or, you know, what they're really trying to escape is this very draining type of energy that's going on. And again, for some of you, this could be related to finances, draining finances. But I usually don't get that specific. I just feel this person's having trouble, you know, staying grounded or practical when it comes to the emotional self, all right? So I feel like this person is not, or has not been, investing enough time and paying attention to, okay, how does that make me feel? How does that make others feel, etc. And therefore, it's kind of draining the reserve. Even though I feel that this person is trying very much to stay in alignment and to keep their balance, to keep their peace, it's like this person is trying to handle their emotions on their own, and nothing wrong with that. We all cope differently. You know, it's like not really wanting, you know, outside or external forces to maybe give advice or tell them how to feel. You know, this person likes to handle it by themselves with their internal dialogue, but at the same time, they're feeling drained, you know. So now we're going to go into perception, how you perceive each other. Now keep in mind that perception is in the eye of the beholder, so it may be your truth, but it may not be their truth, Libra. It's a funny thing about perception. So you have the Hierophant here. That song is so loud playing in my head that it's almost all I can hear. So the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Wands. So Libra, you know, I feel like you're trying to gain a higher perspective on your emotions, okay? Someone has turned their back, I feel, or is emotionally distant within the connection. There's a lot of keeping your emotions to yourself on both sides. So I don't feel like this is, at least in the energy right now, a situation where like you're sitting down and you're openly expressing, or you're able to tell this person how you feel fully. You know, if you are, it's spurts, or just what you think they can handle, or that's what they do for you, or something like that. Because I feel like there's a lot of containment of emotion here when it comes to this connection in particular. I think you're trying to do the right thing, you know, or someone here believes that's the right way to go about it. And, you know, at the same time, it creates some sort of emotional distance, right? And it's like, well, that played out, that's playing out, but it's getting ready to come to the end of the road. Don't mind my dogs. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, Libra. It's that dog life, you know? So let's pick it up where we left off. Yeah, I feel like, you know, someone feels that they're doing the right thing by keeping some things to themselves. And I feel like it's the sense of, you know, part in feeling that they're not going to understand your perspective, or maybe it will hurt them, or maybe it will make them feel a certain way, and so you would rather avoid Libra, or that may be how this person is feeling, because it can be interchangeable. But I feel like when it comes to how you see this connection, it is something that you feel like, you know, at the same time you have some commonalities with when it comes to belief structures, and or you see the potential for commitment. Some of you may be committed to this person, but it's almost feeling like of two minds about how you actually feel, you know, underneath it all. So let's see, Libra, what this person's perception is. So they have the King of Swords, the Hangman in the reverse. So this person thinks a lot about the connection. You know, a very contemplative energy. It's like they think a lot, they observe a lot, but they say very little about how they genuinely feel. And it may be because, you know, they are not in the space where they're feeling that they're able to do that even. Because again, I see an emotional drain here. This person has a hard time seeing your perspective or why you behave the way that you behave towards them, I feel. You know, with the Hangman in the reverse, this is oftentimes not being able to see it from another's point of view. And yet they're restless. They're restless in the energy, you know, a bit guarded, a bit defensive. And it's a lack of understanding, you know, as to like the way that they may handle things may not be the way that you're choosing to handle things. And so I feel like someone here, I feel it's them, lacks perspective, you know. When they think of the connection, I feel like they may feel that you lack perspective, honestly, because that can be vice versa. They may see you as kind of restless and fidgety during this time frame, or like quick to anger, you know what I'm saying, or with your guard up. Okay, and this person, I think they're trying to like pick through what it is that is going on, or, you know, they're observing like your behaviors, Libra, and trying, you know, to understand, but having difficulty in understanding, okay? So let's go into the emotional self. That was perception, which is surface level, believe it or not. And now we're going to go beneath the ego into the ethereal, into the emotional self. So how do you genuinely feel, Libra, when it comes to this connection? The World, Nine of Pentacles, King of Cups, King of Wands. Wow. Man, that song keeps wanting to come through. And now the lyric is, we belong together. Don't mind my singing. You may have felt like you belong together with this person, or that may be how you feel. I mean, that is a deep song. It's got many layers to it, and I feel like this connection has many layers to it as well, or this person maybe. In your emotional space, I feel like there is a sense of achievement, you know, as far as how far you've come, quite honestly, emotionally, and how independent and self-sufficient you've been able to be despite everything. And yet there's this emotional pull, I feel, or gravitation towards this connection. But I feel like I don't want to say it's your ego, but there's something within your emotions that like stops you from being fully vulnerable within this situation, or fully being pulled into the emotional space, because it's almost like I feel for that, or I feel for you, or I understand, and then it's like, but wait, you know, or there's like a stop or a pause, like, okay. It's almost like you're giving yourself like a pep talk emotionally, like, come on, Libra, you know, get it together. Or like when you go into a very sappy space, you know, you may not allow yourself to fully feel it or fully go there, even though I feel like the waters run deep. But it's just like, no, we're not going back to that space. Or, you know, this more fierce energy comes through that tends to dominate, you know, this softer energy at times. So yeah, it's interesting. And again, that's what I was kind of saying earlier about sort of limiting what you're expressing emotionally on both sides, I think. But we'll see. What is this person's emotional space when it comes to Libra? Two of Swords. Ace of Wands. Yeah, you're on this person's mind, but also in their heart, I feel, or within their emotional space. They care what you think. And I think that was the title of the last reading, actually. They care what you think. This person has this emotional desire to be more forthright and to be more playful when it comes to love and emotion, you know, but I feel like this person is also carefully running things through their mind, because I feel that they feel a bit uncertain, you know, or that maybe, you know, you would not be accepting of that, Libra, or they're really not sure how you feel, I think. Or, yeah, you confuse this person emotionally. You might process emotions very differently than this person, and this reading seems so familiar, so it's probably an extension of the last reading I did for you, so if this is resonating, please do go check that out. But it's this sense of like this person feeling this deep connection or being drawn towards the connection, you know, and then again, I see like commonalities here. And yet there's some uncertainty in their emotions, you know, and I think the uncertainty comes from, well, I don't know what to think, or I don't know what the Libra is thinking, because they're having a hard time understanding your perspective, right? And they see like your behavior is a bit different. They may be viewing you as off during this time frame, like you might be a little off to this person. That doesn't mean you actually are, but in their perception, I think that that's maybe what they're thinking or feeling. And it might be that this person is off and it's their own reflection of self that they think they're seeing in you, but take it as it resonates. It's just like, there's a lot of maybes here, because that the other lyric in the song that's coming up is maybe you'll try, you know, maybe we'll be together, maybe you'll try, you know, maybe it's the end of the road, you know. There's a lot of maybes here in this person's energy and the way that they're feeling. So let's see what your hopes are, Libra. Hopes for the connection for my Libras. Ooh. 3 of Wands. You're hoping to move past this, you know. Some of you are waiting for something to come in for you, whether it be finances or a message or information, so that you can move forward. Because in this depiction of the 3 of Wands, it's like you have your mind made up, but you're waiting for one more piece to fall in, or one more puzzle piece to complete before you truly move forward. So I feel like you're waiting for the missing puzzle piece, Libra, or hoping, you know, to gain more perspective on that. This person's hoping for their dreams to come true. You might be this person's wish, or if it's not that, it's like healing, reaching for destiny. Like I said, this person has some sort of a new beginning, but yet it feels like the end of the road. So it all depends on how this person is viewing it, right? So I think that they're hoping also for reconnection, not just within this connection, but I feel like more so reconnection with their higher self or source, or it's like hoping to connect, hoping to get that information, that intuitive download, that knowing. They want to know. Because now I have, how will I know if he really loves me? I remember, and in the emotional space, it was like this not really being very certain. So I feel like they want to know. So let's go into the most likely future outcome. Now keep in mind, the most likely future outcome can be changed with free will. All right, so I'm just giving you a snapshot, but you're in the driver's seat of your life. So Page of Swords, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So again, there's this harshness or brashness showing up. Okay, Libra. So I feel like there is a softer side of you, but for whatever reason, this very fierce energy is trumping that or overriding that during this time frame. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like intuitively, you know that you want to be freed from some sort of situation or bondage. And I feel like it's emotional bondage. So some of you feel a bit stuck in the emotional arena, or you know, feeling like what you want to do is not in alignment with maybe what someone else would accept emotionally, and wanting to be freed from that bondage of feeling like you need to live your life to appease other people. Which, because Libra, you're so good at being the mediator, sometimes that can be a real challenge for you to follow your own highest self as opposed to others' ideas of what you should or should not be, should and should not do, should and should not feel. I think you want the freedom of choice to follow your own spiritual path, and yet difficult at times for you to do, because I feel there is a fixation here, whether that's on your part or their part. And at the same time, I feel you're fixated on getting what you want as well, you know, because there's this very grounded, practical nature. You might be doing some research about different ways to get yourself more grounded, as the Page of Swords often talks about the student. But I feel like, for the most part, it's like sometimes if we stagnate ourselves emotionally, you know, to appease others for too long, we become quite hostile or frustrated or easy to react, right? Because essentially we're putting someone else's emotions above our own. But everyone in life is responsible for their own emotional well-being, and it cannot ever be the responsibility of someone else. As it sets up for a situation like this, where one partner or person in the connection may even feel resentful because they have to put their life on the back burner to appease someone else's emotional space. And for a lot of you, that's what's going on. But it doesn't have to be that exact scenario. But I do feel a bit of resentment here, Libra, and it could be coming from you or their side, but I feel it on yours. But interchange it as you want. It's just like, I feel you want to know too. You want to know what the next best action is, you know, and so your intuition is speaking to you here to help you to release yourself. Spirit wants, I feel, for you to prioritize your emotions first, and see what it is that is making you feel all of those lower level emotions. Maybe even talk about it to a friend if needed. But once you get to the source of that, Libra, then I feel like you'll be able to shine that energy through in other areas of your life. And then what to do in regards to this connection will come naturally through intuition, through spirit. But you have to get in touch with where you're at emotionally first. And I feel like a lot of you have put your emotional well-being on the back burner for whatever reason. But this is a call almost to action, to dare to put yourself first, you know, and yes. So let's see what this person's most likely future outcome is, which can also be changed with free will. 8 of Swords, yes. This person doesn't always know what to think, you know. They're fearful that things may go wrong, or they're fearful about, you know, things that they don't want coming in, or there's a lot of restrictive thoughts going on this person's side. It kind of restricts them from a new potential opportunity, right? So it's like this person in this time space can have a new beginning or the end of the road, and actually it's going to end up being both. You know, because something's coming to a natural close. Now, this person is not heeding the warning signs, or has not in the past, and it's because they were overwhelmed, so they could not see past themselves for a moment there. And then they're a bit confused as to what's going on here with you, Libra, yet feeling a connection, wanting cooperation, and at the same time, afraid of what may come What if this? What if that? All these maybes. Maybe, maybe, maybe. You know? But I feel that they do want, you know, to be supportive and more cooperative and to continue to plant seeds. But they want to feel connected because they do get all up in their head about this connection. I mean, again, I get that same message that they, you know, whether they show it or not, they really care what you think. They certainly don't want you releasing them, even if they say they do. You know, this person could say one thing, mean another. This person could be afraid that you're going to release them, you know, which some of you are contemplating that, not all of you, but, you know, because what they're hoping for, let's go back to that, is assurance of a strong connection. Assurance is important to this person. And then what they're getting is this lack of assurance, you know, uncertainty. That's it. Uncertainty, you know, if they're perceiving things correctly, like feeling disconnected, not really being able to grasp what it is that maybe you're thinking, you know, because judgment is, for me, a Libra energy. So, interesting message, Libra. I'm actually going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs you could be dealing with, Libra, are Aquarius, Libra, could be dealing with another Libra, Gemini, Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You know, it's weird, and I don't mean to belabor this reading, but it's almost like I got to the end of the road of this reading, and then I just felt all of the energy leave my body. Like, ugh. You know, and I don't know if that's, you know, if you're feeling that way, just like at the end of your rope, maybe, or that's what this person is feeling. But yeah, it was just this exhaustion coming in. So, interesting reading. Anyways, yeah, Cancer energy, like I said, Aries energy here, Virgo energy is here, Scorpio, could be Leo, Taurus, Gemini. So those are the primary zodiac signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it's a general reading, so it can be any zodiac sign. If it resonated, do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. If you want to check me out for more fun stuff and guided messages, I go live on Facebook. I also have an Instagram linked in the description box, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. And don't forget to check out my sister's online boutique, avasophiaco.com, for cute styles. Until next time, my friends, namaste.